you know what? Jack Smith is not going to go down without fighting. He said in his opening statement that he did everything by the book, everything by DOJ policies, and everything he found in that investigation was based on facts and not politics. Jack Smith and his team found that yes, Trump did engage in an illegal scheme in order to overturn the election in 2020. And they also found that Trump illegally kept classified documents after leaving office and refused to turn them in. And now, of course, Jack Smith and your average American agrees that this investigation proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump had engaged in criminal activity. And Smith said that if this case were to be presented with the same facts again, he believes that a court would agree beyond a reasonable doubt that yes, Trump engaged in these acts. Going even further than that, Smith said that he would have prosecuted the president regardless if the president was Democrat or Republican, because no one should be above the law. And that's how a lot of these MAGA Republicans don't feel about Trump. They think he is above the law. And so, of course, you have Republicans in this meeting supporting him, making allegations, implying conspiracy theories, throwing out misleading claims that have already been debunked, and repeatedly cutting off Jack Smith when he tried to answer. Meanwhile, Democrats are repeatedly asking about whether Biden or anyone in the White House pressured him to target Trump, and Smith repeatedly said no, that he acted independently, and that he brought these charges based on overwhelming evidence. At one point in the meeting, Smith was asked about Trump's threats against him. Smith said that he won't allow himself to be intimidated, and that these threats are also a warning to anyone else who might stand up against the president. Everyone who is not on the side of the president already knows that there is enough credible evidence to prove that Trump lost the 2020 election, and that any theories or any claims that the election was rigged or that there was fraud is baseless. And they also know that Trump's efforts to overturn that election was an insurrection. And so what we have here is really Jack Smith saying the same thing that he tried to say a few years ago, but Trump shut it down. Remember, he got into presidency, he shut down the special investigation, and then he thought that would be enough to get people to forget about what happened. But he keeps talking about what happened. But here's the brutal reality. We're only 1 year into Trump's second term, and he's already committed war crimes. He's already threatened to invade one of our allies. He's already wrecked the economy. And now we just have this resurgence of the fact that he tried to lead an insurrection and that he should have been impeached the second time for that. But here we are still talking about this. Jack Smith is still defending his claims. Republicans are still denying it. And Trump is still going to attack Jack Smith for it. And all of this should be concerning for Americans, and it should be enough for you to stop supporting the president.